Ghana Freedom Party yankasa ye mame Akua Donkor anapai yeda sorry ye na chese yanti asem papa asema ebeto apono so chire mu a na ye mame Akua Donkor nyankopon ato ne sa frɛ no akona humegye mu abra ye nyina ye hwɛ ni mu kwan se anka 2024 December 7th ye bekɔ akoto ne so aba na ye hwɛ se ne ekɔ visa fi wei ye hu se adwuma ye pa se amanfo ye adwuma obi akasa obi agina simpies wo akeka nsempa ebetimi ahye nipa nkuran ebetimi ama nipa akoma pa ebetimi dia to aba no yentimi enkeka na enyima me Akua Donkor mfiri mu esanse this year wa trend pa mostly eba election year aya na yetene nka but afi we no yetene nka pa esene de nyina yekeka ko delay nsensem yi ne obi okofa anu so ne mate e roman fada ene onu ankasa nso e kasa na obo amanfo aba so ene yisi ene MPP fo nyina na chese afi we de na wa limelight ni mu pa amanfo bi e twe mu se o doctor nko a onu ankasa ensem okeka ye no etwe ba ye no ho no na do so pa na so fofia ntota ene wadwaye abam ye mame Akua Donkor na me no kase no nyame ato ne ntafre na kɔ na ho megye mu a anopeya no asema eba no na sesi ano se yeto nsafre nyame to ne nsafre no se kama ko ite se eba ne se ya nada ne su eni areho intini ye nam sa kwan mu so mabusua ne ma ekunu ni adofo nyina hyedin na Ghana fo nyina fi so ye de hye prekope ane yanka se presidential candidate ba kope na asema wo ho ne se yese obi te se mame Akua Donkor ese fata se ye man state barrier.
Okay, so ahomachi na first of all, yeah. I was one of the first few people to actually get hold of the news and report it on this particular platform. More emotion, I'm sure somebody came with news on pinaxtv. And when I saw the news, I gave myself an hour to make sure say it's true. Akua Donkor there say onwu ya on fa on kokoto. Na no. Bedroom also delay. And I remember say video here show on the screen say a delay and talk anivia also a do delay na delay say no onye kuna a delay soon in the bind here. So I was very careful, but then words started coming in and also time a year reports nearby it was a bit skeptical. So okay, is this true or not? Because reports eba ahomache.
Yeah.
So I was like, is this true? And I said, one of blogger being out channel baby no accounts and I say and pay a reporting you who say yes, it's actually true. So yes, yeah, because state barrier issue so. But one more shame on people who what really happened. No much we say, Madam Akua Donkor, and yes, be not or yari serious. When you need okay, initially age you say we di per Wikipedia and then court filings, chase we di 72. But no pay neba penimu or kasano or cinema made 82 years. I realize that Mami Akua Donkor the age no issue kakra be because o share the court filings the community mama a specific day in February 1952 no. Okay, so at a point in time no it makes it a bit it's okay. Onim day na doesn't mean that the date of birth is wrong.
Yeah.
It's court filings no because he's saving here details HS with 72 years. But I no pay nembam penny for no more cause I'm saying ma 82 years. Regardless no, we know that she has crossed the 70 and yankopon ediche nyina say and yankopon de to say nipa di udi 70 you need to transition. Okay, death is probably the next thing that will happen to you. So esi ayare wo seb nyankopon enfa ne kra esi. Now beginning report here the bremo no we told you guys say Akua Donkor would have happened a year 28th of October 2024 any day year, and you realize say most of you guys are emotional and not pay and I'm sorry I'm being news no. So the news will have been okay, how true is this Akua Donkor thing? Because most of you is like tambe no wuye. And yet 2 days ago, na Akua Donkor na TV, so radio, so interview. At the end of course, so and we are learning. Say yes, what really happened was that a year Akua Donkor, Mami Akua Donkor, as around yesterday, around in the even around 7, and you didn't go in Sawam Hospital. Okay, now I didn't go in Sawam Hospital. No much ya. And I said, ya no. I say, oh Mami, I only know if you medical emergency. I said, be hano. Na you didn't go hospital. And you're rushing the court. You didn't court moms no. As I don't know you in so. And you didn't call doctors for the choice and find correct. It's rage and no call time on file, Madam Akua Donkor ewuye no 10:33 p.m. Now 10:33 p.m. no cran doctors for say esi no they have to call some abusian for catch so ya try say be den anka ye be ma mommy what told and I try say anka bit my bibi na itima some mommy yare but entimi ambasa ama me no kase so you realize say from 10:33 no wuye no around 11 and definitely they ruled her officially said she's dead. And Chebia na 12 more news no started boba. So you realize that time and news no a team from 1 p.m. 1 a.m. 2 a.m. and I think I saw this around 3 to 4 a.m. Okay, so that was what we are learning. Now, in 70 you know, Akua Donkor this year she's contesting, okay, as the candidate on the party GFP, Ghana Freedom Party, and wow, we need this. We've told you over and over. Say Akua Donkor is contesting on a year. The running mate Roman Father, who happens to be a presenter with DLFM, which is that Lumbers FM, and this same a year Roman Father, he also happens to be the manager of that Lumba. Into this particular man, or no, and a year Akua Donkor running mate, and they chose now me you see mukoye ballot, you know. A year picking, no. If you don't kunya
number three.
I just say Akua Donkor or you be I just say in terms of Osha ballot in answer, she's one of the females, and one of the few. I just say she's the only female there. I think so. She's the only female on the ballot.
I think the CPP is a female.
CPP is a female. Okay, but Osha history of Ghana, she's one of the females who has that's the word from 1992. GHpage, and you think about it, that this lady, she never stepped foot in a school or in a classroom, and yes, so she has been able to ascend this throne. Just imagine now, say Madam Akua Donkor, Oku University ISU Kubi,
because she would have skyrocketed. Oh, child.
And saying young opportunity, Echo United States, call your home masters. Just imagine. So based on all of this, if Akua Donkor a pioneer for women, okay, and also women empowerment, no, and who be here say be state barrier, and I think say the calls in terms of political discourse near the she deserves it.
She deserves a state burial.
Of course, she deserves a state burial. And one of the things also when they say Akua Donkor near way in all a self fund. The filing for EC quite 100,000 cedis.
1 billion.
Yes. Together with other things, from 1992, Akua Donkor has funded herself to today at Shenemba University.
That's why they be making mama phone you who say they be a dress any idea. Almost no more
yes. So Akua Donkor have been able to do all of this self-funding. Ejuma Ben Noye, she does cocoa
farming, yeah.
Cocoa. And why so Akua Donkor, based on all the aforementioned, or you'll be how she fought for women's inclusion, how she was able to come up hard, and is it a boy why I say about disqualify no? Any and I knew the big is so and my friend Antoine and she has this funny voice. To take and I think said in 2016 she became very popular. Yeah. For Nembrane and as in the moto.
No.
And Okaswa the voice no I some way me man yesterday.
Yeah. So like,
all of this Akua Donkor was doing, and she never gave up. TikTok generation will never know. So this woman and see to think that now Okasa no, I want to win this election into a person who is old enough to be his grandson. Because if age are Madam Akua Donkor will be 82 years. Roman Father only 40. So you can see that she's old enough to be Roman's grandson. Grandson. But yeah, say, and based on all that for she ama a year obit Nanam Pedu state burial, ma Ebony state burial. Yaman Kofo be brave state burial. Akua Donkor deserves a befitting state burial.
Are you trying to say that say Obi a pioneers? We give pioneers in this country state burial if Akua Donkor also deserves it, and I say it's because she's been in the presidential race for a longer time. And I'm a said also state barrier no omo criteria bia you have to be fixed inside.
State see Akua Donkor, she face all the criteria.
Criteria ni be needing.
Criteria ni say you have to be a person of public service. She has been of public service. She's a farmer. 2, Akua Donkor fought for a cause. Cause Ben or NAS celebrity Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah fought for independence. NSA celebrity Jerry John Rawlings. Jerry John Rawlings fought for something. He fought to make sure that Ghana be liberated. And regardless what you think, Jerry John Rawlings nipa or ma Ghana it push Ghana to the democratic rule. Civilian rule. He handed over from authoritarian to civilian successfully. And he also handed over power. One more na Jerry John Rawlings on your mudia there during that time. The president of Cameroon and Burkina Faso munia there. All those people no do one that so our power. One more year on his true coup d'etat. But Rawlings willingly says Ghana monje. Me kobium. Constitution said 2 times. Me kobium. And I am for a buy. And you put development in Ghana. I'm a Ghana very peaceful. In draft, U.S. Embassy in December 2, I say any person or disrupting the peace in Ghana's election will have them to face. This is the U.S. speaking. You better send some nature. So, based on all the criteria, saw a farmer, saw a political activist. So she always stood for women inclusion. All of these things, at the end of the day, she deserves a state burial. Any serious country will have lowered their flags and pay at all ministries celebrating Akua Donkor. But people view her as a comedian. I
was coming there.
People think
why a cool kind of person be?
That is the what people think. But if we should sit down, okay, and we should start saying, Akua Donkor, what are the policies? Freeports need duty, need decreasing.
Jehovah Witness.
Akua Donkor. Akromatv Freeport Akua
Donkor. Yeah. Video that screen is so be kind Freeport as it's true.
And if in Krawi and no Krafi this same Akua Donkor she's one person now. Waka say Ghana adi bit mama ya nim is farming. And our chest on no Akua sheka all the money sika no toy. Ni sika no the toy cars. Oni fie. O koko no ni sika office so bit ma contest it. Add forms for me party. Do you know the fees you pay? Do you know the lawyers you have to work with? Cool. So Akua Donkor was a person. She's the only person or idolizing the champon farming mechanism. Okay, champon a breno and your backyard farming. A come by 1972. A come no.
I don't know.
People who know.
Yeah.
So 1972, a common buy, 1970. Yeah. People, a champion during that time was encouraging, say, fighting out Ubia, farming, and it was one of the things that Ghana, hang Ghana, common buy, if you are a permanent for the past almost 40 years, 42 years, Ghana, you experience a view since a champion regime. Why? Because of what the champion said about farming. And during all of this time, Madame Akua Donkor is the only person, the only candidate who is saying, let us give farmers a chance. Ghana, your GDP, our income generator, the first one, gold. The second one, cocoa.
Yeah.
Cocoa, second, cocoa. And son, third, tourism. So if Akua Donkor is saying, we should build the farming, she knows what to say. Oko Vietnam, Obian himself Vietnam, the can a yard back open if you oba.
Yeah.
Vietnam build you emo. Ghana and Singapore they the same in independent same year. Kosha Singapore. So Akua Donkor, based on all of this aforementioned, let's just say it is almost wise to say Akua Donkor deserves a befitting
state burial. It is why na obetimi akwa ni makoka say okay. Say no e was say ma Akua Donkor state burial and ma ebusuan.
Yes, the political party will make a formal request. And one thing I'm trying to get in is say we buy and it's been almost like getting to 11 hours. And so far the new patriotic party, the government will be on Beka on share, East in Beka on share. John Dramani Mahama just before this particular update here, they break for no also enka share. So I felt really sad say I the Indiana omunka hu bibia and you be the anka statement tin. So I'm a bit sad. Okay, we should be celebrating. We should be posting a picture to eulogize her.
Don't you think they are looking forward to get maybe a final report to be and say no more be because you will chrome her and Chef Smith. Adi we buy uncle for kind man for who could have won in our don't you think that they are waiting for better?
No, the family the Bapenia Casa it's been confirmed. So I don't know why they are waiting.
Okay. All right. Any not to say to us way because you see I know you sure any more coins and make Akua Donkor. Nyankopon de ne kra be sie yi na de be ko ani mu bia no de be ba so updates ebusianfo hwehweye ene ade omde betu dwane nyina no ye be ba ne ye de abem nana. Moving on to our next story no ye share say John Dramani Mahama ye former president ya tell no say si ano ma me Akua Donkor ti ase ne ka me akọ ti say wentwu kakra ebi wo ba bia ana bibi enti ono se empo ye ba be sie ma me Akua Donkor na se ye pe no kra bra emma ne mmoni hu muso ensi ho me pacho.
Okay, so John Dramani Mahama, I know say he is so for the starters, no, okay, just a second. Ask my question, no, for people who have not really heard that one.
Okay, maybe say moving on, no, na me person me who say and some be about to happen also John Dramani Mahama, come here correct say na on ne ma me Akua Donkor e won sem wontu kakra bi nti ye kire mu say information abane say nipaku bi ahyeda akire yes ano say nyame yadom na say yetimi enya da bre eni bibia asomdwe mu ye de bepe ma me Akua Donkor kra bra eni kwan say John Dramani Mahama etu ni na isi ho na me bisa say no kra be na wom na we nsu esimu sense.
Okay, so last 2 weeks a report be on this particular platform about Madam Akua Donkor and John Dramani Mahama. If you're familiar with the reports, you do realize say Akua Donkor will be sued John Dramani Mahama for something billion cedis or dollars. And according to Akua Donkor, it was all because John Dramani Mahama was kind of symbia Bonimeka said defamatory against or no Akua Donkor. So the whole issue had to do with John Dramani Mahama video John Dramani Mahama ebe to ja or is it Nundinu ewo Upper West region. Enti bebe video man ko share. Na John Dramani Mahama Ochenko said this is how you vote and this is how you use the ink. The answer no best so ka says yeah disqualify PNC Bernard Mona there. It doesn't make sense why the EC did that because one more list so don't make like they are not worthy of the list. Inti san 7 no na Akua Donkor ka say John Dramani Mahama no oni no beef dida na wasan ko jan bibi aka ne ho nsem bone nti no na John Dramani Mahama no che say Akua Donkor fa the personal la oko EC office esan so de your video sin na wa ha esan so ene oko blast ye papa John Dramani Mahama wo ho a few hono and Oka said obe sue John Dramani Mahama. So she was even in the process of trying to sue John Dramani Mahama. She was in the process and sana aturenchim is here. So the video of course say all of this no and in that particular video no you will realize say John Dramani Mahama no in some of kind no and no and a trigger ye mami Akua Donkor okay. Science no according to some people no Akua Donkor efa ho yaw and Akua Donkor ka say John Dramani Mahama nsem wa kan fa no ho no ne ni je ho
so can no indirectly no or mami Akua Donkor fa say you no
of course yes but as I was saying no I said it and I'll say it again say politics but mami Akua Donkor I'm so on politics na say you know she takes things too personal. Because we share a video or EC office commission or video senior or a share. You realize say as I find it too personal say Mahama no as a on you see and I'll give you a history of Madam Akua Donkor because me say same way ba man forecast Mahama at its best. If you look point say oh as a course no John Dramani Mahama emi mu bibi dey be Akua Donkor has fought with any and all political leaders in this country.
Yes,
why not in Nkunye? What I say? We if you can say maybe a Chinese pick up Emma Pakusi indum before yes, so it all happens. I just said people want to draw parallel lines. Say that is the reason. Now I told you said there's a video involved. Send more exactly what is really going on. You guys can know where all of this issue is definitely coming from, and even the way forward, because it will only be a part to say Akua Donkor revered John Dramani Mahama up until her death. If that is the case, John Dramani Mahama only any to me be so be see in say. I said the John Dramani Mahama. Funny enough, no issue ni see no. On also bar out and be post BBS. Oh, we've lost Akua Donkor or something. I just say all kinds of to eulogize Akua Donkor. But you can show the video involved here
on the ballot paper. But that's the issue we have with the Electoral Commission. Sometimes they are discriminatory because there are some people on this ballot paper who Bernard Mona qualifies more to be here than those people. And I know it will provoke controversy, but I mean it. And so we are here, NDC. When you take it, you don't need to count, even though it's the 8th position, but you don't need to count number 8. Just look for the umbrella. That is this. You're looking for this Akatavia, and you can find it. You can find it there here on the ballot paper. But that's the issue we have with the Electoral Commission. Sometimes they are discriminatory because there are some people on this ballot paper who Bernard Mona qualifies more to be here than those people. And I know it will provoke controversy, but I mean it. And so we are here, NDC. When you take it, you don't need to count, even though it's the 8th position. But you don't need to.
Some kind yeah, Ochemu say engophobia.
Yeah.
Almost so crampody and can you pay disqualify no. Or far better.
Yes, so that was what triggered Akua Donkor. Akua Donkor up until her death. Ni panon no John Dramani Mahama.
Oh.
Now, Akua Donkor in 70 no ono so ekoye. Ena oko EC and EC roundtable discussion with political leaders. Akua Donkor was there. And Akua Donkor eje mic no. Now video was shown Akua Donkor eje mic no. Ni bufu ni kwa pai. To the extent that they had to forcefully take the microphone from Akua Donkor because okani same year pa eka say John Dramani Mahama no be so kuno. But I said na John Dramani Mahama ye nim the course but ono ena sebiu atanus ewu no o sechi. I'm telling you, she said all of those things. And funny enough, so after all this while at the case we you know Obiweka so any coincidence Akua Donkor knew what she was talking meaning what Akua Donkor was talking about, but Akua Donkor, this was what she said. You can share that particular video. You better also.
11. Anna, you registered me 2012. Me anga na mte party no. Me fa manko obi party mo. Manko di obi party anka me de ho. Me ana mte party na sanye register me Dr. Prejai. Efenso na mte party no. And so no me kasa be kan be bra e be ha. Me ma yisi penny ni penny for atiase say. And some am sitting abonten. Efa Mahama home come and penny if so you know what film. They say well no a penny and I said you may be more. And I said oh sack of to me for what do you at all? To me so and at all. And to make a castle my penny dada. The American a man now cassa no cassette yammy. They say a banner at 2 or banner you know not can be. Your Mahama can be say. And so say, Guy may a famine. Now, may baby no me you won't. I ban say, I using penny force the bar say, will be quite church, you know. I won't crow, our cratter or so. Our cratter or so. What yammy, more can me a dean. Until I catch level. Using my and cratter from track I say 9. Young Kura, a war sacred and so. Young was inside. Where the Bible say, or your best sign. One fat in the fear no ma. No one found 94 no ma. Then you knock home. May minimum woman or more can, minimum woman. That's what the Yakosai. Timi akwa site haje one more side bia dey for if you no man dey for no go so wo mo atimi ho na sa wote ha na sa wo ni mo manti wa fa computer tena ho na wa twetwe na dey abeto ani mu a emfidie na efe enti wontimi be ka se ene o dey afa me ne agya wo ye wadwuma yi a ma me no wonta obi a wo wodo ma na dwuma wo ye wo wodo ma ne nkofo enti sa wo be ka sa ansa bo kire me a me ka kire mo nne Omanchannel do mahama no waso ya Omanchannel na me ne kwa court me ne kwa court me pa cha tie me ne kwa court me ko suno 2 trillion mienu ne ba jiga mahama sa me tie party no wala mam sikati ya na me ni mo no me ni mo aya ntina tu ka se eni kwase e fa me na wo me nya ni pa na ana se me fi Ghana Mema mwati asiye ndele kwa koto yisi nini mpenye fo mema mwandesa sa wache me yedipa ena mfirigana enti diwa kane saa ya miura numpa wachao miura mpa chao uwa hama wamani ina mepa chao tia me diwa mahama mese so wasime nipa no kasa se ya anumu ina mwote se nipa nibi waha ense sanke ya maye ba ahakura wabechire me de kwa koto wabechire so antimi ambadi dia obekire na me ne kwakwato no so amna ate asese boye dai me ka kire mo me se ne kwato no wano ne ho enkam a woni me badi akire ni ana wono so na badi ja mampanye mes ana badi akire no me se pi me ni tina meka me so wano ade kwata mes ati so afamba me de kwakwato me anga de kwakwato ana na wo yasa me se de kwakwato me tie de mo ka bia me tie de 11 ana ya register me 2012 me anga sana mte party no me fa ma kwa obi party mo ma kwa di obi party anka me de ho me ana mte party na sanye register me Dr. Prejan efenso na mte party no enso no me kasa me kan bebira ebe ha me ma yisi pe ni mpani fo ati ase se enso ma mte tina bontene efa do mahama ho me ka ma mpani fi so yi ne ho afim se wono wo ko apani wo be anasa adwuma bi mu na se wo sa akopre tumi fofora wo do dibira to ho tumi ho so na dibira to ntimi ko ka se wo ma mpani dada the American nyina o kasa na o kasa tia me se aba no eto ye no oba no yi no akabi yo mahama akabi se ensese nga ye me ye fame na me baby na wo de yi wo mo ai ba ne sei
na ensemu a ye mame Akua Donkor edit to dwa o EC office honum eno na je say akoma ne de bem se ne wo soro kakra onu na akoma ba soro se ne wa kind of an personal enti na je ensem bia o keka enti we enti na ye gina so akaste ne eya se sebe my former president John Dramani Mahama because we said yeah akoma ebufo na aba no
kasa she had a personal vendetta with John Dramani Mahama, and I told you Akua Donkor was saying say Mahama crap so kuno and pay their videos on social media say even though Akua Donkor said those things, she also said a similar thing about President Akufo-Addo say owua yenkwachi Akufo-Addo
zemnudos
so oyobia in some way waka no yemfa nye accept what I said, but the mission for the castle no there's more to it. They are saying it could be spiritual whatever it is. Now Akua Donkor be kaya I think leading up to the 2016 elections no Kwadwosheldon he was also tipped to be one of the favorites. Emma Kwadwosheldon ekọ ne nchen and it's a runoff no ekaso ombe joining in near there MH no ma Kwadwosheldon e pick-up into China pick-up name say Akua Donkor do no one yini and sound so my Kwadwosheldon sound so me kofa ne pick up
anya dem go to Ghana yeah
so on the Kwadwosheldon so atamo so there on ne kunye what I say atamo so ni suba anya ye control and this for ya be for a whole lot of things na atamo so you have so you say atamo so no heaven Akufo-Addo snam di kan their videos trending on social media Ghana Web any year interview, Akua Donkor year interview, Akua Donkor cast. So you could be say Akufo-Addo you will default. This were the words of Mami Akua Donkor.
No, there's some way to know, and some baby as a waki come and aboro so into me fa seriousness be a woman.
And then next no.
Ampa
we say only Akufo-Addo free. So Akufo-Addo a good leader for the free teachers near the Adiaba. And then John Dramani Mahama. Oh, say that first only John Dramani Mahama a free pa. Yes. He said I don't see John Dramani Mahama.
Edu baby kwa ni say John Dramani Mahama amoko run of bills then.
O koni fie nyina.
Or the members cry calling change from amoko johnny NTC.
Yeah. I say. It's no John Dramani Mahama na Akua Donkor ni nya ya to say I don't pass yen share at most ni wo because Dramani Mahama John Dramani Mahama oni mu bibi. So if Ebushafon they are basing on whatever is happening, so change na chia and some Akua Donkor any because of you sue Mahama $7 billion near the no trillion or something and Mahama could be kuntu and spiritual any Mahama will never do anything. Mahama does not have time, but the woman was a figure.
Don't you think that sometimes they are not menopause so count?
Of course menopause count facts when you need I say the mental acuity and the mental fortitude. What I say, only she Nimbani say we did 82 years, but record says we did 72 years. Regardless, when you so it's just like your grandmother. Okay, so we did 82 your grandmother. Any I say I happy 3 days, not nekokwa pa, not all of us will reach there, unfortunately. So definitely no we and a whole lot of factors were in play. It is a very, 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 very sad. Yes. So that is that part. Also.
Next is a moving on. No, any more back you know be a Oshemua, you bet me their Kai Akua Donkor, be a thing because you want me Akua Donkor, the only say, no, number one, and maybe we'll be to me their Kai, but once it will be a jar on I, but can say she died as a hero, even though sometimes you can't say only a month for. Enya bunch of words near the no. And mom you know me and Samba Hobakubia. You bet me there Kaima me Akua Donkor. Nobody had to go to dream maybe a day.
Okay, so Mami Akua Donkor, if you studied her throughout all her political career, and even this particular elections, she was always wearing made in Ghana goods.
Seriously?
Yes. And yes, be Sh0cking lace, African prints near the other.
No, so, Pam the cabin the seats, come on.
Exactly.
Both and the comb says sweetheart, I will chat, not the chain crack. It is true.
So Akua Donkor is one person. I just said she was always promoting made in Ghana goods. Now, even aside from that too, she was one person who was pushing. Because say each and every time we are going to need besides how are you going to solve the unemployment crisis? So Ijuma in Ghana, Akua Donkor will say, let the youth get into farming. And it's true. Year on, Africa, Ghana is producing 200,000 graduates a year. Over 200,000 graduates a year. And it is increasing because I think the last year, Nkwane almost by 350,000 or so. So we need 250,000 cry. In every 4 years, Ghana produces 1 million, over 1 million graduates. Where is the job? So there are no jobs and in school and apart from the few people are a protocol. What? And then most of the jobs meaning more or nursing school up to now they've still not been posted.
Yeah, a lot of them 2016 for crab be with
you. And now we are no few agency and a government agency and him say they can absorb some of the employees. They are not. Now we call ECG office because I'm changing my meter and I bought a prepaid and then a koto wrong game. So I went there, and when I went to the ECG office, was a big office in the area. I see more like this part of Accra. Me call here no me aba work is am who only do 5. Why? Because you see obi anko ECG office and to prepaid view. What I say? Nobody's going to buy prepaid. So people are they be a go for 1 or 2 be complain ma to prepaid and back me meter share stolen meter they overcharge me. That was one of the reasons I made one of concerns I made a call and you directly me call back door. And I realized say who pay an institution like ECG now, it is virtually impossible because one more on the they are overburdened and almost they're overstaffed. So I remember seeing a woman back who catch him and say, I have to present some documents to get my refund. But or kase ebia or yenu kuntu say they will sack her because of auditing. Na esake na isi edwuma ni ho. And I'm say, hey, now what TCG pon na wo kase edwuma ni ho. Ene omo a omo nyambe mu omo tifie pe edwuma de. What will happen? So if now she said there's no job, and if you don't, whenever this question is posed to her, she says that, hey, why don't the youth go into farming? Because if we are producing over 200,000 graduates every year, okay, and in a span of just 4 years, over 1 million, even if 200,000 get into farming, that reduces the unemployment rates. And there's a video which is trending on social media. Maybe what also a cocoa seller, all kinds of exactly. What's here? So if you don't quite say it's farming, so there somebody can produce orange, somebody can produce pineapple, somebody can produce they be ADD. Adia ba open and nipa de biaye eduane. Utoka ya febo. It can people can drive a car for 10 years. We see that a long time. Okay. Atadie put them be me sha atadie bi anano me she musa atade no se me di ni be they do 10 years. That's so Bemba na de bia asemo panimani which we understand some yemba. What is but a ban iduane each and every day bia edidi. So Akua Donkor was really pushing for farming and other things. She was really advocate. So she'll be known for the farming. Also the fact say she was pushing the champion regime farming thing. Say everybody backyard farming. What I say, every house, one household, one farm, near a garden kakra to stop the hunger and also to curb the gap. Aside from that, too, Akua Donkor will also be known for her women empowerment roles. When we say social media man for a real comedian, on your comedian, you're on TikTok twerking in shorts with your bees on. I don't have any issue. It's your life. But someone decided to contest for president.
Mm-hmm.
Compare the two people. One person said no, because Akua Donkor or starts up a sort of contest for a year. Now we did almost, if she's 72, age no, I am at 72. If it's correct, then time of cast of the president we did 42 years. That's way back in 1992.
I don't say she has been there.
That's 30 years ago. But if she's even 82 as Nebusian for Neka, then it means na agency or be contested for president. She was 32. But let's go with the playbook that the playbook and now the EC4 on file so within 72 years. Which means 30 years ago, Akua Donkor cast of the president. She was 42. So compare yourself who already who got 30 years. And then who are TikTok. Who you home and then TikTok bit me do it in real life. No business I wanna na sisa oba. Now it is a omu ye as a phone sex was a thing. That same age, no, Akua Donkor, I want go school that or farmer. She was contesting for president. Who any sign nipano, any Akua Donkor who is pushing for women agenda? Who is pushing for women empowerment? It is Madam Akua Donkor. So Akua Donkor be remembered for things, and she also had policy. Say Ghana, maba. If we are not in the position to always be producing our own goods, why don't we make importation cheap? Na obian ton nyason faso. Obinkofo fa car and buying driving free for goods in bani entity so. Even though these ideas from an economic standpoint, it seems vague. Because it seems vague, and I'm just saying, I say, I dream a woman of firm because if you allow free imports, your country will be a dumping site. Aha, BBI say, if you do 10 bino, a crony and yahe, a balance as some currency, because whenever there is an excess imports over exports, okay, that difference creates inflation. So, and also it depreciates the cities. Okay, so basically that is exactly that. Akua Donkor really basically is a beacon of women empowerment, and I think forever and in the history of Ghana, she will be remembered.
She's going to be remembered.
Yeah, she will be remembered. So arguments and Akua Donkor, she really did very, very, very well. Like I said, about empowerment, Niema, I think that she did really well.
Okay.
Yeah. She did really, really well. For I know a lot of you you can bring in the comments. This is Akua Donkor special update the so the updates are baba new near the waiting with your comments about if you want to just say something to the family actually four you can just read this particular one for you here on this particular platform. So please do well and please kindly bring in your comments. When you about yes and twa so
enti na me pacho mami bisa sesia no ebusianfo de asembia betu dwa anase formally o mama e be kan se bia press statement release be ana bibi on mode choice sesia mama Akua Donkor say na akọ enti no say ne be fa so aya na anase ye hwe ni mu kwan se Ghana by ne be hu bibi.
Okay, so currently if you're asking about her cause of death any ebusianfo na kano ne ba penny ahomachi kasa say yes ne mama we nya ne ntese bebu. Then bank it to me, so I confirm say mommy a film. And now we are getting first-hand information as to what really caused. I'm just say any day numri and you're rushing Madam Akua Donkor Echo and Sawam hospitals. It's our prison's hospital. Any prison but it's our hospital. And I'm just say bread in the call on doctors for a case ya really muya ding to a fan called Rage Hospital. Into more rushing from Sawam to Rage. No more didn't call Rage no and doctors for say as a issue is serious kakra.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's just say omuli ni free ho by
yeah, in Sawam.
And you say be a owu kwan so.
There be the one kwan so. It's a new fee. In Sawam hospital. Rich hospital. The doctors were trying. This no many bush and 4 crackers as oh. Bibiabe kama, you know, they are working
very hard
with her. They are working to make with other doctors to make sure Akua Donkor will be okay near there. So that was the whole idea. At the point in time, doctors somebody say exactly 2 hours prior, and we had information from the doctors say Akua Donkor to say now people are asking say what killed her. Me no can say you know one person now obeying a year Madam Akua Donkor your friend Adakabre from Pon or the same be Ababe Tuja or Pache say yes Madam Akua Donkor. And yes, be a keke, but doctors for HSA and for some time now, no, not or battle a certain kind of illness. I would never say it's illness, if any respiratory disease, where you a little bit of science in school, GHs science, or most of can respiratory, a nipa ye home, our respiratory system to home, actually I say hand, you know. If doctors are saying you have an issue with your respiratory system, which means you can't breathe well, it has to do with your trachea.
Nana me no. Time I share video yeah it share me. Oh say I say some way somehow obia asthma na say or people related to who say you could feel say I say okasa no some way somehow no I say she's panting somewhere okasa kaka na I say so I don't know if you understand.
I get you.
Video at that screen, she's quite the same thing.
Yeah.
For some time now, na okasa, as you know, breathing shadance.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that Oma many uncle who are answering.
I can't really tell, but Adakabre Pache say, Madam Akua Donkor, the issue, no, it has to do with respiratory, okay. And respiratory na yense na medi kan e kan humi mu asem ontimi humi yi and I say nipa de home air is life to human. From air dia wait man breathe you are dead. So you need and respiratory has to do with your nose, from your nose to your trachea to your throat to your lungs.
Everywhere.
To me, your lungs can function with your trachea to your heart. Actually, to even allow you to kind of pass gases out well.
What do you mean home cry? One cause I will rib so in the left and right.
We are learning from Adakabre saying to be a video or channel. A party say Mami Akua Donkor was suffering from a respiratory disease. It's a respiratory disease, and I just say Madam Akua Donkor was suffering from admitting respiratory disease, no. And I already at the hospital. In some doctors, some hospital doctors, I say no. It is beyond them. In Tebeya, can find no rich, and even they were hopeful saying, "Ka, yeah, they no courage and ka, Bibia den, Bibia kama." But Yankupon the name there, oh yeah, I didn't courage. Now, unfortunately, no. Niema aye de anko ye to say a very, 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 very sad. Now, Adakabre in same way, etuja. Ewo anope etuja ebra an interview with him an interview with him so and Adakabre say yes, this is exactly what really happened. So in a minute, so you have fixed glitches be in a minute how share in some Adakabre etuja because me say we break so soon sumasem Akua Donkor number 3 or 5 and a whole lot of things. But now you are getting an information say it has to do with a respiratory disease. And I know since we buy there are people who are saying so Akua Donkor na wan hwe ne hu ye Akua Donkor should have taken care of herself near there, but ultimately na ebusuafo na patch say she was taking her medications, but no munim say e serious
okay,
say be serious kan come no enko contest because contesting alone no
another pressure on it.
Exactly only nam ha interviews obi a person no interview no fi Kumasi aba Accra, you know, up and down. I remember saying now to be a friend no I called Akua Donkor to have an interview with her. I think it's my friend, the secretary, and I think that was before the 2020 election, 2020 rather elections. And your friend in the interview, so she's always available, she's always prepared. But Kamia said this particular one, we need to say be in terms of no the whole fan. Actually, man more time. I don't know if they didn't see it, and I say they underestimated. So, mommy, dear, the whole year thing, obey okay. And it is a very sad thing to say. Odin Hokra Untia. Since you could see in summer a year Adakabre edituja, what Adakabre edituja yeba yebetu also.
Can you confirm the news that we heard this morning?
Oh yeah. Last night I was called to Ridge Hospital, flanked by the daughter of Akua Donkor, Mary, and a relative, Ajua, and the current running mate, Mr. Apiakubi, and the General Secretary of Ghana Freedom Party, George Apple, and I was shown Akua Donkor's body at the intensive care unit of the Dεath Regional Hospital. That was around 11 p.m. He had passed on 10 minutes to 10 in the night.
I'm so sorry to hear that, sir.
It's extremely worrying situation.
Yes. Was she reported ill? Do we know what happened?
She had reported an initial respiratory challenge to the Nsawam Government Hospital and had been referred to the Greater Accra Regional Hospital at Ridge.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us this morning. Thank you for confirming this unfortunate news. Our hearts go out to you and all the members of the family.
Kamia ko eti sese ne okan na anu ana egusu wa edem no na chese sese ano e Akua Donkor ya confirm say Akua Donkor wato na nanu monsie do na nye no nko akeke ne mom de enam so e ma ne to na nanu monsie do enese ne ho me mu asem no na esisi so na chese ye chiri mu se na o respiratory disease bi a ehhehye ne ho enti na chese ho me ne ade no chira enko ye minim se obeka se because nowadays no one say na okasa Kamia ko eti se na me akasa me ma reference no there were lots of times I was at 2024 year mo utimi se okasa obeka na obi bisa na dem Akua Donkor ne ho me no sometimes if you could feel like I say ujina screen nechi na ofche no videos but you could feel say she is palpitating. I don't know if you really took a critical look at it, but this is how unfortunately yakwako ende intinana sesi ano yebe mu no na Kamia ko eti sesi ano ade ba ko a IGP ede na ni si hu pa se be cause fear and panic Ghana codium ha
you be no so
okay.
But you see people are asking say as a woman you due diligence no.
Okay.
Did the children really feel her? That's one. I want to get your opinion. In the band, did they feel her? Because
No. I don't think so. Nana, one said the woman was an ambitious woman, and then people like Akua Donkor. It is difficult for you to predict any panayari. What I say? Why you cannot say in a layman's language? Why workaholic? One ampe job. It's nipa say restricting from doing the thing. Or better nasi mumayale.
okay.
We have people like that. Obi on ma naturally or per juma. And see any panel. We are say, bread do my men joa. Or tenasi mumu obey rather than so obey juma. Okay. And because of that, and it's between us and the money feel say, Obi anyone mobile she say, Obi be free mu. Even on your worst enemy, okay, so I don't think any man didn't, you know, do due diligence. Yeah, they did, but I come quite say, work right there. I'm going to mean it. Yeah.
I see. Okay, now, that is indeed a very sad thing. But also, you're moving on to the other aspect of it now. Maybe.
And then maybe say, I did back one anchor, a cause fear and panic. I who say, Yanka say, IGP, Dampire, so yet here. Say BBSC and I could be motor say yeah by election na yeah by session come na 7 predia will be simple to akoma better all those things no you will say yanka say IGP dan prayer so yet or kasa e maybe say those things no court 31st near the but I come here say ma me Akua Donkor e dan benkum so no amanfo bi a mo ya sofo o ma tie dontum say me na me share come first. I said this first. Yeah, I did this.
Yeah, so back I said 1st December no I saw for this year and I say ya tinimu yi di mo lie. 31st December yen hwe ni ye na mampini da bibewu. Yo mampini da bebre. Okay, wo two. Yo John Dramani Mahama and I wo efe say Kufo. And na enti bia Kufo be count na emiensa. Inti ugina Puppet so obi bewu a
obi dada bewu ya ba ku bewu.
And so that is it. And also aside from that too, one of the things a bit too ja enchebia because sophobia ba be kasa on predict Akua Donkor wu e ko share ni video near there. And one of the things at the 1st December course so omoka say one more make stand for a president no omumba ku yanhwe ni obi free. And unfortunately ne kamia ko say
we dey edit.
What I say, Yankupon, and I say, so for the Yankupon each but so for no in some more kind. That's so for no so can I say. Even though I didn't see number 3 Akua Donkor so no, Yankupon daneno. Be named the internet Yankupon Sam daneno.
And yeah, okay, Ebiana Nipa na I see no so no, on to call but Mammy can what they were. I
don't know. Yanko TV, you go see some air so for you to buy a better also.
Papa Mwakaba.
Aha, emwada baby you drew ye baby na wo ka se ade ne dane be 3 weeks ni sunsum mu no opposition no NDC no o chim aban o tesu ensa let say
aha no kwe promise na make catch you say empire bi kwaso what you tell me ka Ghana election we this year although say you be kwa akoto aba yenina Omamba pa be kwa akoto aba on the 7th you know and but when they say ka sunsumu samsa na how ya na nkofo bi free say e di agro sana the first night me so me hu say internet o Ghana nyina be shut down obi ntimi nya call obi ntimi nya say people saw it as a joke but it happens when some make it on 3 weeks ago ya ebe ya and we done Ediama the opposition party because they are players among players was sort of say what you are saying. In America, Ghana.
I say one more mutiswe.
But among players was sort of say more mutiswe. You know, like you way. I mean, decision will be decided by your prophets and answer on your umpire mouth, and the document decide either you are winning or not. Because even as of now, because it's 7th December, don't panic.
Wow! Now, maybe, the no case Omuchim Womunsan, next Omuchim Womunsan to restore political power. No,
there be a spiritual assembly in America. So, okay. To me, no.
Okay.
No,
say, Bibian change here, a bit me reflect on. About why about December 7.
Of course. It depends in Quebec. It depends on MPP government. You know, how much fire or mobile. What you say? If they will for their prophets, when I mean the prophets, those who can help them, those who can do spiritual things when it comes to election for them to win the and yes, sir, trust me. What the opposition party spiritually, what is happening? Okay, they are very high. They are serious.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's just be beyond son.
That is a beyond son. Mommy, one said I can say this year election, And yet, in somewhat there, or bomb praying, you will soon decide the winner. Or both parties. And I've got an influence when she's an again, and I have a umpire, Homo Mutilation, and I say, day of election, 7th December, no. A umpire said, I didn't bomb in our home by, I think the economy at 12 and not 13, right?
I'm at 13.
I am umpire say, Sadan, a young Mr. Baku said, either say, you are rushing into hospital, and I said, be bonny, be how much they're going. Election, and you may woman, yes, ritual. Ama ususu mu nyɛ de na wow even wow we as far as the ground from a to my bone I am from a bonnet if you are Ghana for the yet I am mom pay my yen and said day of election is 7th December we will not miss anybody or mujina say they are rushing out of the country so area and not be a rather boy in our by now ya control
na me pato you know spiritually no bibi sabet me eswo it na call it for pardon
and the real at the house of the baby.
Well, we didn't know about to walk a cracker, no, near Bo Ama Manfo so who said, a some way you can walk KFM, na say anything. Now,
Nadia Akua to say Obia can be Biano, Papa Nana. There's another video with the episode producer and so Eddie and Roberto so am I.
Okay.
And the real at the house of the baby.
well,
Like I say, this year election. Okay. And yet, in somewhat there, or bomb praying, you will soon decide the winner. Or both parties. And I've got an influence when she's an again, and I have a umpire, Homo Mutilation, and I say, day of election, 7th December. No.
And also, I didn't mention any name. Basically, Sadano, young Wunipano, either side. He be at Tono, and I Arabia, but I have Russian Africana. And I said, just the condition is very, very bad. Of the last way.
Oh, yeah. Donkor sene America kai nyame fa ne krantie ye ye bompa se nyame ma ne kwan wa Abraham kukumu no akogeta home nanso what is your take on this ebi wo ho no mai kamya koite se fear and panic ne niam ansensem bi no yeah so for your mente anase empo no kamya koite se nyakopo yi kire wo mo a wo mu ntimi nya ho hwe na ebi se ensema ekoti audio no na so for the person che se ono akasa ne nka wa bompa ya na se bibia si wo ho ana adane kofa baabi but enane enimu ne kamya koite se anye yi nanso sesi ano senia ekaye no abeto power so aya rehosem Ghana nyina no minim se waboto mesuma boto weren't expecting say BBC betimi esi yenim se sebe mpaduasa ama me Akua Donkor no you bia me nkase de ni gigi yani but nsem bi ho no ma oka ne kamya ko say ye ni gisem you know sometimes one kasa be ko hwe videos na wasere eni ade na so say ano do you think say ye yankasa ye Christian fraternity no o say emie ba bia na say o say anything because they say obi afiri mu a won etwe su tontonu de ehu ba ye wa ha update bia no ye de bebe